first question, tell us about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rem Diamond in game, and I'm a housing designer from the Caribbean that's always been in love with interior and exterior design. And for a long time, I've wanted to be able to build and create something realistic or close to being realistic when it comes to housing and MMOs. And when I discovered housing in 14, my prayers honestly got answered. And since I got my very first house and did my very first build, I've became so interested in wanting to improve my craft and my skill when it comes to designing. And I'm really happy that I get to share what I create with all of you and make people happy along the way.
What made you want to do housing and what makes you continue?
Okay, I feel like a lot of people is gonna judge me based on the answer for like the first part of the question. What made me want to do housing is that when I found the housing community, I was still relatively new. I was at least like 1 month into playing Final Fantasy, and as a new player, you see other players walking around looking like so beautiful and so glammed up. And you want to look like that as well, but everything is so expensive. Like you go to the market board. I remember having like 200,000 gil, getting so excited to buy this, outfit. And the cheapest one on my data center at that time was like 1 million. And then I couldn't afford it. So I checked out like some of the designers and their portfolios, and I saw like how much they make. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I could, if I get into housing and I become a designer, would I be making this amount of gil?" Um so that was like what really got me, interested in designing. But what made me continue designing is that after I did my very first commission, the gil getting paid at the end was just like a bonus. What really made me feel joy and made me inspired to continue doing what I was doing is seeing the reaction from the customer at that time. Because he asked me to design like a bar. I think you remember, like, I can't remember.
Yes, I
But
remember this one.
the bar for the rate, yeah, that one. And seeing his reaction at the end of it, he was so mind blown that something like that was possible. And me getting that joy from knowing that I made someone happy, that's what keeps me going. The getting paid at the end is just a bonus. And honestly, it doesn't even matter because one of my commissions, I won't say which one, I actually did for free because I really, really wanted to give my friend, his dream home. And that's what it is, making people happy. That's what keeps me going.
Well, I don't think you should be ashamed of or think that people would judge you about why you started doing housing, because we all start doing housing for very various reasons. For example, I know people, and myself included, well, we started doing housing, being paid and commissions just to buy ourselves a home. So I think what matters is what makes you continue. What do you like in housing in general? And I think your reason is really pure and adorable, honestly.
Thank you.
So really don't be ashamed of that. It's really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, question 3. What is your inspiration process and building process?
My inspiration process is basically I do mostly commissions. So I would tell my customers, send me inspiration pics, but I usually don't like looking at other like designs from that was created in game. I prefer seeing like something like a IRL layout or of some sort, like send me like if you want wooden tones, send me like a wooden tone from like an actual housing build. I think it's easier for me to visualize and say, oh, okay, so to do this, I can use this item, and to do that, I can use that item combined with like, something else. So that is like my inspiration process. My building process, it really depends on what I'm building. Sometimes I will just be able to see it and start building it. And other times I would struggle, and struggle until I get something. And half of the times I don't like it. So I'll have to struggle and struggle and struggle again.
Oh my gosh, do you destroy sometimes your build? Like you're like, okay, I'm done with half the build or maybe 90% and you just nah, I don't like it. I'm gonna destroy it. Are you like this?
Yep. I actually did that with my pastel goth commission that I just posted. That's what
Oh
I did.
yeah.
That entrance area, it
Oh
was,
yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
yeah, that build.
I mean, it was a good call, honestly, because I really prefer the new entrance than like the other was good, but I think this one
Hmm.
suits the rest of the build better. So
Yeah,
it's like destroy impulse is not like it doesn't come from nowhere.
I had to. Plus, like, it took up so many item slots and it just wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. So it was a, I agree with you. It was a great choice in the end to
Yeah.
destroy it.
Okay. So question 4: is there a design you made that you are proud of, and why is that?
Going back to my last commission again, that commission happened at like a time where I was going through so much stuff IRL. Um, that caused like a lot of complications and I wasn't able to play. And that build was me going back into housing after like a 2 month break. And it may sound like a little bit of time, but as a creative in a field where every day there's new creations, new designs, new concepts, it's constantly evolving. There's always like something new. And when you take a break for even like a month, sometimes getting back in, you can't really, you lose your creativity. And I lost my creativity a lot of times during this build. And in addition to that, my client was also like, having a difficult time. And I wanted to not only finish the build and give my client what they wanted, but also to make both of us happy, to know that we can overcome whatever we're overcoming and have something in the end that makes us happy, something that we can look forward to. So that build was honestly like a gift for my friend at that time. And I'm really happy that they ended up liking the build. I love it. And yeah, I'm really proud of that build. I'm really emotional with it as well. So I love it. And I hope everyone loves it as much as I do.
What do you think is your strength as a designer?
I think my strength as a designer would be my layouts and my connections to my builds. I feel like when I build, I don't just build something because yeah, I enjoy it, but I feel like I'm building because this represents something. Like every time I post a build, it's for a purpose. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that is what gives me my strength and my ideas and my drive for designing. And I think that's like my biggest strength. Without that, I would not be able to do what I do, honestly.
So, question 6: what is your challenge as a designer? Something you want to improve?
Definitely like making ceilings. I want to be able to make better ceilings and getting clutter done. Every single build that I've done, I've had a little, feedback from some friends, yourself included, when it comes to clutter because I just I can't all the time. Sometimes
Mm,
I know for a fact like the rows on top of the piano, like
yeah.
that clutter. I knew that, but like for some others, especially like when it comes to like kitchen clutter and stuff
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh, it's so difficult.
Yep. It's
Yeah, but I think like for the ceiling, I think you improved a lot compared to Akucho. I think your Gothic pastel has really improved on the ceiling, and sometimes you don't necessarily need or want to do like a very detailed ceiling. It just
yeah.
needs to be in accordance with the walls and the other wall design.
Hmm.
Is there a designer that you admire and why?
There's indeed some designers that I admire, and I admire them for their work, their drive, their courage, and their kindness. And they've all been super inspirational and supportive towards me, and I'm grateful and thankful that I got to meet them through the housing community. My twin art. Alora, Bright Dancer, Pamela, Midori, Jezebel, Iridessa, Wolfram, Morgan, QK, and you yourself. You guys mean so much to me, and I'm so thankful for all of the knowledge, encouragement, and support that you've contributed towards me along my journey so far. And for that, I admire and thank you all so much.
Yeah, they are really talented designers. I remember Midori was like one of the first people who, well, one of the first. There were a lot, but
Mhm.
not a lot, but like there were a few others, and Midori was among them. And she's really so sportive. She's adorable. She's Midori.
She really is. She really is. I appreciate her so much.
I think it should be like, an adjective or something. Oh, you're so Midori. And thank you for saying that I am a part of this amazing designer that you admire. And, you deserve our like attention, you deserve our encouragements for who you are and as well for your talent. So thank you for being you as well.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much.
Which designer that is not well known do you think we should follow and why?
Morgan Corwell and Atias Luna. Like the both of them are so, so, so talented. And I'm really happy every time I see them, get like a viral moment or something like that. Like Morgan, when he got his HGXIV community spotlight, I was so excited. I was like, yes, get into it. He's so amazing and incredible. His bills are awesome. Actia's, her bills are amazing as well. The modern, you know me, I love everything modern, and she just does it so well, so
Mm-hmm.
detailed, so I don't know. I can't find words. There's not enough adjectives out there to describe.
There is Midori.
You're right. You're right.
I'm sorry, I had to do it.
You're right. But yeah, they're amazing.
Let's move on to question 9. Is there a housing tip that you would like to share?
A housing tip I would like to share would be for the newer designers out there, or even the seasoned designers who wants to get into doing commissions. I would highly suggest that you guys create a terms of commissions that's to the point and detailed so that your customers know what to expect of you, which your clients has to accept before you begin to work on their home. A lot of times in the past, speaking from experience, designers have designed a build which was then lost in less than a week because of it being relocated. On my terms of commissions, it's required that I will only be designing for persons who knows for certain that they will have their build up for at least 3 months. It's just an example, but please don't be afraid to have standards for your time, skills, and energy because you deserve it. And I think that's like one of the biggest tips that I could give to new designers out there who wants to showcase their work. So it's not only like, on a portfolio for pictures. Sometimes your clients wants to visit your build to see like if they want like a small detailed space, they want to go see how that looks in game, to know if they can actually commission you to get their expectations done, or if they want like a large fancy structural type layout, they want to go visit that. So I think it's important for designers to be very clear because it's a business. It's kind of like a business, and it's an agreement
Yeah.
between a client and the designer. So that's like the biggest tip that I can think of to give to designers and anyone out there.
All right, so this is almost the end. Question 10. Is there anything more you want to share with us?
To my fellow designers out there, don't put pressure on yourselves and don't stress yourself out. Like, if you're looking at builds from designers who's been at it for years and you're just starting out, know that it's okay to not be able to replicate what you see. Know that it's okay to downscale on something. I think that is important to remember where you are currently, skill and experience wise. You may not be able to do those stuff now, but you will be able to do it in the future. Don't be discouraged. There's rooms for all types of designs, and you also have room to grow as a designer yourself. I remember looking at bills when I first started and wishing I could make those entrances or those open windows, and I would beat myself up about it. But I didn't realize that it just takes time practicing and getting the experience that you need. So be gentle and trust the process. I would also like to thank you, Samia, for having me a guest, and I appreciate it so much. Like, I really feel that's
Oh,
pretty much
I
it.
should be the one thanking you. Seriously, I mean, I was so messy with everything, with all this process, and you were so patient. So thank you so much, Rem, for agreeing with this maybe a bit strange, I don't know, ID, but you were so supportive to me as well. And well, thank you so much for doing this.
No problem. I couldn't trade this chance for the world, and like I said, I appreciate it.
So, this is the end of this interview. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know. You can reach out to me through Discord, Twitter, or even in the comments of this video. So, thank you so much again. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. À la prochaine!